I have been single for 6 years, and it has been nothing but a journey. Um, I don't know why I felt led to want to talk about this today. Um, and honestly, at times I kind of feel a little uncomfortable sharing my dating journey. Just because I think I kind of feel like it's usually more unsuccessful than successful. It's a lot of trial and error. And I think that, you know, a lot of the times I've kind of spent a lot of time looking for the perfect man instead of like being who I want to be and having preferences and then kind of allowing a man to not manifest, but allowing a man to kind of come in and partner with me in that way. Like I kind of feel like it's always been like a lot of pressure and outward, things instead of being like, well, this is what I like, this is what I want, and blah blah blah. And this is what I can offer. This is what how I operate in a relationship in order for, you know, especially a man specifically to genuinely kind of reciprocate that. But all in all, I think in these 6 years, the first 3 years, I'm gonna say 3 years of being single was really, really hard because I broke up with my ex. We were together for 4 years and we were just really codependent on each other and it was like first love. We were really young. And I had to unlearn so much. I had to learn so much about myself and, you know, having a love like that that's so intense at such a young age, it's kind of really traumatizing but also rewiring. Like you're kind of used to love in a certain way, especially in a relationship. And so I had to come out of that and I had to trial and error with so many men and you know, a lot of insecurities that I held on to kind of showed so much whenever I tried to like build relationships with other men. And a lot of other times, like I said, whenever I didn't know who I was and I didn't have preferences, I kind of didn't have a type. And not having a type isn't always a good thing because it's like now I'm allowing men in my life who doesn't follow God, who doesn't respect me, doesn't respect, other women in their life, blah blah blah. Just, you know, so many problems came with not having a type. And I've dealt with so many different types of men and different adventures of their lives, just put it that way. I feel very versatile when it comes to dating. I have a long, extensive resume when it comes to that. But I think looking back on it now, a lot of it had to do with me and not knowing what I wanted and standing by that. Because now I'm like, no, like I know what type of man that I want and I know what type of man that I will value and respect. And if ever successful, I know that man will respect me. But I think honestly, even just kind of digging deeper, I feel recently like I've had a little bit more of a longing to kind of be in a relationship or, in a partnership and a healthy, successful one. Like I want nothing more for myself than a healthy, successful relationship because, the one in my family, um, they've had relationships, but have they been the most successful and healthy is probably not. But I don't know, like I want that for myself. I crave that for myself. And so I think at some point, especially after 6 years, you're kind of just like, okay, God, when is it going to happen? And, truth be told, when I wrote my book, Hold Up Jesus, How Do I Wait for My Husband? I did think that God was going to send me someone, during that time of my life. And this was back when I was 23, so maybe 2 years ago. And it still hasn't happened. But I think even beyond that, you know, a lot of things that has happened in my life. I think maybe I'm not going to say required me to be single, but because I was single, I just depended on God so much instead of falling back into that trap of a codependency and depending on a man. And I'm not saying that, I can't depend on my partner, but I just think that again, as time goes on, I'm still unlearning a lot of things about myself. And so, and even just being patient with myself and being patient with what God has for me. And honestly, it's a lot harder to actually do than say. It's really easy to say, but to actually do it is kind of just like, okay, God, come on. Like, come on. Bring it to me, you know? And so, I think anybody who's watching this and has been single for a long time or a short time, um, I think I remember Paul talks about it a lot. I haven't, maybe I should do that. I should talk about it. He talks about being single a lot in the Bible because I don't think he was ever married. But even beyond that, I want to I want us to be encouraged by the fact that being single comes with a lot of freedom. Freedom in our time, freedom to date, freedom to explore. And when I change my mind to that, it's kind of just like life is so fun. And as you're exploring and using your time wisely and having fun, like, and then somebody comes, like, while you're doing those things, it's kind of just like this eureka or, like, this, like, light bulb, and again, it didn't happen for me that way, but I think that is just where I'm putting a lot of focus of, like, just myself and being fully myself and totally embracing that because I haven't always been this person and I haven't always thought like that. I've always wanted to give and force love on other people and then force me to give their love. And now it's kind of just like, okay, I'm content with myself and I'm fully pouring into myself and fully loving myself. And I kind of just want to see where this goes and what kind of men that attracts in my life, you know? And so I think for today, that's all I'm gonna kind of get into. Um, if I have positive feedback from you guys as far as, dating and all those other things, and I'll make a more intensive video, kind of diving deeper into it. But I kind of just wanted to come on here and kind of just talk about it, to remind people that you're not alone in being single, and our husbands are coming. So that's all I have to say for today. I love you guys. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe because I'm hustling and putting out videos for you guys because I want you guys to be on this journey with me. So make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, put some encouraging things in the comments, please. That's all I ask. And if you do that, I will love you forever. Bye.